Hi guys, so welcome to the second episode of my Relay Computer video series. In this episode, I'll take you through some basic logic circuits that we'll later use to construct the rest of the machine. And the first circuit I'd like to cover is something called a buffer. Now, buffers are simple circuits. They have just one input, one output, and the output just follows the input. If you were to implement this using relays, this is what the circuit would look like. The way I have done it is the coil represents the input. The normally open contact is connected to 12 volts and the common terminal is connected to the output. And when the coil is de-energized, the relay is off and the output is not connected anywhere, so 0. When you activate the coil, the output is connected to 12 volts, so that's 1. Now, just opposite of this would be a NOT gate, and the output is going to be 1 when the input is 0 and vice versa. Implementing this circuit is again pretty simple. You just make the same buffer, just that you connect 12 volts to the normally closed contact instead of the normally open one. And in this case, normally the output is going to be 1 connected to 12 volts. When you activate the coil, it gets disconnected from 12 volts and it becomes 0. I would also recommend you focus on the equation. So Z equals A dash or A bar or A complement, and that's that. Now the next circuit is the AND gate. Now these are kind of interesting circuits because they can have any number of inputs and one output, and the idea is that the output is going to be 1 only and only if all of its inputs are 1. So when A and B is 1, then the output is going to be 1. If you were to implement it using relays, this is what it would look like. You can connect 2 relays in series, and the idea is that the output is going to get connected to 12 volts only if both the relays have been switched on. So this is how it would look like. Now the equation is simple. Z equals A dot B, and I believe dot simply because it looks like multiplying two numbers. Not exactly, but kind of looks like multiplication, doesn't it? Okay. Now there's another way of implementing this same logic gate with lesser number of relays. So say we look at the truth table in a different way. That is, when A is 0, the output is going to be 0, and when A is 1, the output is the same as B. So in a way, A is acting like a switch that allows B to get connected to the output or not, and the same can be said for B as well. So with this ideology, we can implement AND gates using a single relay as well. So in this case, A is responsible for connecting B to the output. So when A is activated, then the relay gets switched on and B gets connected to the output, and the output is going to be the same as B. Now functionally it's the same exact circuit, just that it uses one relay less. The next logic gate is an OR gate. Now OR gates are kind of simple. The output is going to be 1 if any of the two inputs are 1. So if A is 1 or B is 1, the output is going to be 1. Now if you were to implement this logic gate, you can just short the two inputs and get the output. That is the OR gate, and the equation will be A plus B because it kind of looks like adding two numbers, maybe. So when any of the two inputs is activated, the output automatically gets activated. However, there is a small catch, and that is, what if we were to calculate two different functions? Suppose I've got two outputs. One is y, and that should be A plus B or A or B, and the second is z, and that should be B or C. Now you might notice they've got one common input, that's B, and in this configuration, let's look if the outputs are correct or not. So when A is 1, B is 0, the output should be 1, and Y is 1, so that's correct. But if you look at the second gate, B or C, B is 0, C is 0, so the output should have been 0, right? But it's not 0, it's 1. And this is simply because the input A actually leaks into the input B, flows back, goes into B, and that connects it to the output Z, which should not have happened. How do you prevent such backflow? Well, you can add diodes to fix this problem. And for my computer, I've basically generalized this circuit and said you make an OR gate by adding diodes with the short circuit, and that's how you implement an OR. The next circuit is an XOR gate. Now XOR gates are kind of weird. They are short for exclusive OR. So they are like OR gates with an exception that if both the inputs are 1, the output is going to be 0. So another cool way of looking at it would be if both the inputs are same, the output is going to be 0. Or if the number of ones is an odd number, then the output is going to be 1. You look at it any which way you want. This is how you implement it using relays. So you take two relays and you exchange the normally open and normally closed contacts. Initially it looks kind of confusing, but if you look at it carefully, you'll notice that when both the relays are either switched off or switched on, the circuit is actually disconnected, and the circuit gets completed, that is the output gets connected to 12 volts only and only if one input is on and the other is off. So that's how it works. Now the logic gates I've covered so far can be used to construct any complex logic function, and they can be used to construct my computer as well. However, there are two more circuits I'd like to cover, simply because even though they can be constructed using logic gates, using relays actually allows us to try some optimizations and come up with simpler ways of constructing those same circuits. So the first circuit I'd like to cover from those two is a multiplexer. Now multiplexers are kind of cool circuits because they allow you to select which of the inputs should be connected to the output, and they do that by having select lines. So you've got select lines S0 and S1, and they decide which of the inputs is going to get connected to the output. Now to implement a multiplexer like this, let's start with a 2-to-1 multiplexer. So 2 inputs, 1 output and 1 select line. So this is how you would implement it. Normally closed contact is I0, normally open contact is I1, common is the output, coil is the select line. So when the select line is deactivated, the relay is switched off, I0 is connected to the output, and when it's activated, I1 gets connected to the output. Using this 2-to-1 mux, you can actually construct a 4-to-1 multiplexer, something like this. So now since it's a 4 input mux, we have to have 2 select lines to represent the 4 inputs, 4 possible combinations. So when the select lines are 0, 0, I0 is connected, then I1, I2 and I3. Now let me remind you, these 4 inputs can be both 0 or 1, but we aren't really bothered about that. We are more bothered about which signal is connected to the output. Now the next circuit is a decoder. Decoders are circuits that allow binary to decimal conversion, or so I think. So you've got, say, 2 inputs. The 2 inputs can represent 4 different binary numbers, so you have 4 different outputs. So when the inputs are 0, 0, that represents a binary 0. Z0 gets activated or gets connected to 12 volts. When the inputs are 0, 1, it represents a binary 1, then Z1 is activated. When the inputs are 1, 0, it represents a binary 2, Z2 is activated. 1, 1 represents 3 in binary, Z3 is activated. And implementing the circuit is fairly simple. You just take your multiplexer and you flip it around. So instead of having 4 inputs and 1 output, you now have 4 outputs connected to 12 volts. So the output of the mux gets connected to 12 volts and the select lines get turned into inputs. So when inputs are 0, 0, then Z0 is connected to 12 volts, 0, 1, Z1 is connected, 1, 0, Z2 is connected, and 1, 1, Z3 is connected. And that's basically it for this episode. In the upcoming episodes, I'll show you how you could use these basic digital circuits as fundamental building blocks to construct the rest of my relay computer. Till then, you could like, share and subscribe this video. Try these circuits out at home, and if you've got any doubts, you could write it in the comment section. I'll try my best to answer them. And thanks for watching.